Elizabeth here. Welcome back to my channel. We're going to make a few dishes and we're going to start today with a layered hummus dip. First, take your hummus and spread it into your dish. It doesn't matter what kind of hummus you use, whichever kind you or your family like the most. I happen to use a 17-ounce package of just plain hummus. Next, take a purple onion and dice it. You're going to want to use 1/4 cup of onion. At first I thought I would use a little bit more, but then I remembered the children would be eating this with us and I did not want to overwhelm them with onion, so I just kept it to 1/4 cup. Next, take 2 small de-seeded tomatoes. The best way to do this is to cut the end off of your tomato and to squeeze out the seeds. Then continue to dice them up. Then take your diced tomatoes and sprinkle them on top. Next, take your cucumber, slice off the ends, and then just go ahead and chop up your cucumber. If you like a lot of cucumber, you can use anywhere from 1/2 to a whole. I did not pre-skin it because my family likes the skin on, but do whatever your family would enjoy. Before you add your cucumbers, add 1 cup of feta cheese evenly across your dish. After your cucumbers are chopped, put them on top. This is the next layer. And I would like to use the cucumbers and the olives last because they have such a good thick texture and they just look delicious. These are pitted Greek olives, and my recipe calls for 1 cup, but I always use more. So for this, I use the whole jar. My family really enjoys the taste of these olives. Then you're going to take them and sprinkle them on top of the rest of your layered dip, and look how beautiful that looks. My family likes to eat this dip with pita chips. You can either make them homemade or just buy them in the bag. And I'm going to chill this in the refrigerator until tomorrow when we have our lunch. So now that we have our hummus dish chilling until tomorrow, we're going to make a delicious Hashbrown Casserole. Very easy to make. The first thing you want to start off with is a 2-pound bag of hash browns, the southern style. That is the square style here. Now add your 1/2 cup of melted butter and your 16-ounce sour cream. Pour in 1 can of condensed cream of chicken and a 1/2 cup of diced onions. The final ingredient is 2 cups of grated cheddar cheese, and then just mix everything all up. I've been editing this video and laughing because my sweet dog has been on the floor at my feet the whole time I'm making this. I'm sure he's just waiting for me to drop something for him to enjoy. You can also add salt and pepper to taste and then continue to mix that up. Then take your 9x13 casserole dish and spray it with your nonstick spray. Then go ahead and pour in your hash brown mixture and then spread it evenly into your dish. I'm not baking this dish until tomorrow, but when I do, I will set it for 350 degrees and cover it with foil and cook it for 1.5 hours. Then the last 15 minutes of cook time, I will uncover it so it can get golden brown. It's very important before you do anything, if you want to help keep yourself sane, go ahead and do things beforehand. Pre-make them the day before. We're not eating all of this until tomorrow, so I'm doing most of it today just to help us out. So tomorrow, all I have to do is put everything in, bake it, and spend the rest of the day with my family. For our main dish, we're going to be making ribs. I have here a 5-pound rack of pork ribs. And the first thing we're going to do is need a cookie sheet and some tin foil. And I'm going to show you how to line the tin foil so when it cooks, you don't have a lot of spillage. The first thing I'm going to do is to take 2 sheets of foil and lay them on my baking sheet vertically. Then I'm going to tear off a larger sheet and lay it on top of those 2 horizontally. This is kind of making a barrier to prevent any spillage of the grease that's going to occur when the ribs are baking. Then I'm going to take my ribs and place them on top. I'm actually making 2 racks of ribs today, so everything that I use, I'm using half on one rack and half on another. First, add a good covering of pepper. Next, use a generous amount of Lawry's seasoned salt. Since I'm basically making a rub, this mixture I have in front of me is 2 seeded jalapeno peppers and 6 bulbs of crushed garlic. If you like a lot of spice, then you might keep the seeds in from the jalapeno, and that will spice it up a little bit. Then I'm going to just take a generous portion and I'm going to put it alongside, and I'm going to rub this mixture in along with the pepper that I have used and the Lawry's seasoned salt, and I'm just going to rub it all over each section of the meat. Next, I have a bowl full of onions and bell peppers. I have different colored bell peppers. I have red, yellow, and orange. You can use green, but I like the colored ones a lot better. I think they're a lot more flavorful. Then what you're going to do is generously lay some on top of your meat, and it will look like a lot before you cook it, but in the oven all of these yummy vegetables cook down and their flavor blends right into the meat. Now it's time to fold up your tin foil. Fold up the sides first and have the meat in the middle. This will make it easier when you are checking your meat, so you can open and close it without any problems. Then do each end and it is sealed. And now what we will do is put them in the refrigerator for 24 hours so they can marinate. So our ribs have marinated for 24 hours and now they're ready to be put into the oven. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees and then reduce it to 300 degrees when you put the ribs in. Cook time can vary between 4.5 to 5 hours. Start checking after 4 hours just to be sure. Now it's time to put in the Hashbrown Casserole. Remember to bake at 350 for an hour and a half and then uncover it for the last 15 minutes. I think Cade wishes that we're ready now. It smells so good. We're going to go ahead and open them up and check them. Be careful of the steam. They are very, very hot. Look at that. As you can see, a lot of this has cooked down. All your onions and peppers are just delicious, and let's check one of these ribs right off that bone. That looks great. These are perfect. Very nice. And here's our Hashbrown Casserole. It's golden brown and looks delicious. I just love it. I can't wait to share this wonderful food with my family. Thanks for being here today with me. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel.